Don, you work with all of our OEM partners. We have 28 now OEM partners here at Stream. What are you seeing from an OEM perspective that they're doing right now? I guess, let's definitely talk about EVs a little bit because I think that that's a great, starting point, but also just from an inventory perspective.
A lot of what I'm seeing across the board, I won't name any specific OEMs, but everyone has a different strategy. A lot of strategies are talking about we're going to keep prices the way they are for the next X amount of months. This way, there's no kind of hesitation or worry about potential tariffs and the rise of pricing. So they're basically saying, hey, over the next couple months, you should buy now. Prices aren't going to go up, but they're probably going to go up at some point in time. So, being able to have that conversation about what this can look like, vehicles that are available, I think are huge. And what I'm seeing a lot of OEMs is they're really trying to arm their dealers with, if you have a lot of inventory, the key features and benefits of these vehicles, being able to promote that you have a wide variety, being able to go to market and talk about what we can do to get you in these vehicles, as well as stackable incentives. I think stackable incentives is a huge one. So you could be eligible for, I'm just going to make up a price, $2,500 in rebates, but you may also be eligible for, early lease return or customer loyalty cash or conquest cash. A lot of OEMs are using these galley lists, they call them, to be able to make sure that dealers know that there's a list of customers that they can go and market to that are eligible for these stackable rebates that can really make a difference in a deal and can save them hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge one. As soon as you said that, that like threw a light bulb in my head. Like that, the fact that now they're coming out with all these super sexy incentives, I think is really helping kind of push the market a little bit. I know, um, well, I won't say it, specifically the OEM, but I know one just came out with a great program this month, and it's got a couple people that I've talked to alone just saying like, hey, that's a pretty good offer right now. That it might be a good time to buy, especially when for the past couple months, I think there have been a lot of people out there that have been a little bit hesitant, not really knowing what tariffs are coming and what's happening. Then they're starting to shift their thinking. So that's great.
Yeah. I've also seen a lot of advertising promoting EV, like covering charging stations,
Yeah.
additional rebates, things to really set you at ease to become that EV consumer, which I think is great marketing and really helps. And I see more and more OEMs having charging stations at the dealership, which is huge. So it's showing you how easy it is to even use the charging station. And it's pretty much a no-brainer. But if you're going into it, there's going to be some hesitation. You have all these questions. So to be able to talk to a salesperson and be able to get your questions answered, test drive the vehicle, notice the power and the torque that these EV vehicles have, they are actually fun to drive, as well as can be economical, economical savings.
Yeah, that was a good point. Just thinking off the top of my head, one OEM will give you a level 2 charger, one will pay to have one installed. The one that I bought from, they give you like free charging for life if you utilize a specific, brand. So they're definitely taking away that range anxiety, excuse me. And, specifically for me, for the last 2 weeks, I've been charging just with my standard outlet. I still haven't had any issue. I just switched over to the 240, this past week. So, less of an issue now, but, you can still get by without it, which is kind of cool, especially Don, like you said, the average commute's like 30 miles. So it's not something that's really a huge issue, when you think about it.